Yeah, very much so. And you just don't know how deep there's a little divot in the road or something that your wheel is going to get caught in and then you're stuck. And again, I will say that underpass there, it's amazing. At 4 o'clock, it was, you couldn't even see the height marker. It was totally underwater. And so within an hour, it went from over 5 feet down to almost nothing. And thankfully, the rain is done. A few little light sprinkles passing through the metro area. A few more showers down near the coastline. We've seen these as they move northward tend to weaken. So it does look like that too is coming to an end, as are the showers that are out around the Atchafalaya Basin and near Baton Rouge. That activity too weakening. So we will settle down for the rest of the night. We'll keep the mention of maybe a stray little sprinkle or two. And then we will see some scattered showers maybe for tomorrow morning, and then more so during the midday and early afternoon hours. But rain coverage will be far less, and the intensity is not anticipated to be what we saw today. So a drying trend is on the way. This is the culprit. This has been the upper feature that we have been watching parked over East Texas, western Louisiana, up toward Arkansas since late last week. It's what kept our rain chances high basically from Saturday, yesterday, and now today. This feature, though, is lifting away, taking with it the instability. And in its place, though, we will start to see an upper high building back in. So we will see a drier and hotter trend through the rest of the week. But what's also interesting is toward the end of the week, we're going to see this upper troughing around the East Coast, and models indicating maybe a weak front struggling to move through, but approaching by the weekend and bringing in another chance for some rain. After today, a lot of us don't want to see any more rainfall. We are still very much in a drought, and we do need more. We just don't want it all at once. And a better chance of rain for Saturday as this front moves on through. And it also looks like it may bring in some slightly less humid air for the weekend. So rain chances through the rest of the week. We're not going to be directly underneath that upper high. We will still have some little weak disturbances rotating around, which will keep the mention of some showers around. But the better chance of rain looks to be on Saturday with that approaching front. Finally seeing some clearing of our skies. 85 degrees at the moment with dew points high. Now plenty muggy as we've had that heavy rainfall. Now at Kenner, though, a number of locations in the city, 5 to 7 inches of rainfall. Officially for the day, though, only 4/10 of an inch, and we didn't even get to 90 degrees thanks to the clouds and rainfall. In the mid 80s outside at the moment, lower 80s. So now we're starting to see with the clearing of our skies, our temperatures beginning to rebound. Several areas out in the tropics, but really only one that we'll be watching closely, and that is Invest 95. This is one that has been fairly well forecasted by the models to be likely our next focus. This is going back again to last week. No real development just yet, but you definitely see kind of a broad circulation. So it does look like it's well on its way to becoming our next depression or storm. Next name up is Lee. Invest 95, pretty good computer model agreement in the short term and even long term, indicating that this system will stay north of the islands, and even long range models indicating it will make a turn away from the East Coast. That would be great because by all indications this would likely become a major hurricane in its future. Hopefully it makes a turn well before Bermuda as well. But I'd mentioned that kind of upper troughing on the East Coast toward the end of this week and weekend. That looks to be a pattern which takes us into next week as well, which would deflect this away from the United States. Something that we'll be watching, but as of right now does not appear to be a risk for the U.S. And as far as the Gulf of Mexico is concerned, this is September 14th, so 4 days beyond the peak of the season on September 10th. Gulf of Mexico is still quiet. Obviously, we still have until about mid-October to go, but every day, every week that is quiet in the tropics, especially in the Gulf, is a good one. 30% chance of some scattered showers during the day tomorrow. A little drier, hotter as we continue through the week. That front bringing in some slightly less humid air, but we'll keep the mention of some rainfall even by Sunday and Monday.